Yahweh, Yahweh, Ahad, Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allah, Yahweh, Ahad, Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allah, Yahweh, Ahad. All right, Shalom, Akim. It's the high spirit wind Judah of GMS Mississippi count. Giving all honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashami, Havashai, Bahasham, Rakahakudash. Also, want to give double honors to our apostles, the great millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right. And what I want to get into is a live stream entitled Just Focus on the Kingdom. And, this is, I'm out here at the reservoir in which we frequently go out to. All right. And I just want to say, shalom to you, brothers and sisters who are tuning in. All right, we are at the final hours of Babylon. All right. I have reason to believe that probably within the next few months, it's going to go, this country's going to really start to collapse. All right. And the Most High is very merciful and is very crafty in a sense as to how he keeps his elect. All right, focused on the faith, man. And that's why I'm doing this live stream, because, I realize that in this truth, the Most High takes things from you and give you vexations and put you in certain situations to ultimately not care about anything but the kingdom. All right, because, for an example, there might be a cap on your finances. All right. In the spirit, the Most High might have it set up to where you can only make so much money, and you can try different endeavors, and it can never work, because the Most High don't want you to have fulfillment in Babylon fully. Now, some brothers can, all right? Most High, brothers, different afflictions, different limitations, but certain things are not going to come into your favor, because it's not going to be into the kingdom until we're going to get our heart's desires, man. If we got our heart's desires here, a lot of us wouldn't be in this truth. A lot of us, all right, we will stop teaching, because like it says in the scriptures, all right, that the deceitfulness of riches, it choked the word, man. All right, so some brothers, they're not gonna have, everything, or they're not gonna have just a whole lot of finance, a whole lot of money, because it's going to choke the word. Now, some brothers, they can have more money, or they can have a bigger bag, so to speak, and still be in the spirit. But the Most High is going to put you in the spirit. He's going to put you in situations to where you're hoping this man's kingdom go down. All right. That's what you want. You want to be the most, I know it might sound painful when you go through it, and it can be vexing, and it makes you irritable. All right. But the Most High puts his elect men in circumstances where they're hoping that this man's kingdom goes down. So, hey, like it says in the scriptures, all things happen for the good of them that fear Yahweh Shema Shai. So the things that you go through in this truth, all right, is purposely designed for you ultimately to develop your character in the truth, but also to keep you in a spirit of haste, man. All right. You have crazy things that happen to you throughout the week. You have crazy things, all right? The horn had to chime on that one. But you have crazy things that happen to you throughout the week. Somebody pissed you off at work. You got demons on people. They just hate you for no reason. They don't even know why they hate you. They just hate you for no reason, but they ain't fired you yet. I mean, a brother was talking last night. Like, that's like a form of gaslighting, but in the spirit, those things, the left hand being after you, man, all right, not only is that a sign that you the elect, but that keeps you in a certain spirit, man. All right, because if you just had it made 7 days a week, a lot of us wouldn't be out here teaching if we had it made 7 days a week. That's why it says in Sirach that there's a man, he doesn't sin because of wants. I'm butchering it up, but basically it says that there's a man that because he's broke, he can't go out and commit sin. All right, a lot of us, all right, the Most High is going to put us in positions of straits, all right, not only to refine us, but actually to keep us in our light, man, to keep us from really destroying ourselves, man. All right? Because every brother, shalom, shalom. All right, every brother can't handle money. Every brother can't handle, you know, a decent woman. You know, every brother can't handle certain things and still be in the spirit. He may be able to handle it, but he's not going to be on fire for this truth. So what I noticed, those vexations give you an edge. And that's what you want. You want an edge in this truth, man. And brothers, hey, man, don't you dare pray to the Most High. Well, give me an edge. Give me a sharp, or you know, afflict me more so I can be more in the spirit. Don't you ever pray that prayer. Because the Most High might fuck around and give you what you're asking for. And you'll goddamn go crazy, man. All right, but what I am saying is, you know, it's good to have vexations in your life. It's good to have afflictions, because what it does, it keeps you in the spirit of haste. Because at the end of the day, no matter what spirit you in, all right, this kingdom is going to go down. And you want to be in the spirit of watching the downfall of your enemy and be happy instead of being cleaved into his kingdom. So when it's sad news for him, it's sad news for you. All right, that's why it says in Revelations, the 16th chapter, that we shouldn't be found naked, man. All right, you don't want to be found getting caught up in this Babylonian captivity, all in the clubs and stuff, man. All right, you caught up into the myrrh of Babylon, man. Not even remembering that this is captivity, man. All right. Now, does that mean you need to be stuck in your room all morning or all day, and you don't brush your teeth, you don't wash your face, you just hate the so-called white man, you just watch videos all day? No. You still gotta, you know, get your daily bread. You still gotta maneuver with wisdom in this world. You still gotta balance yourself out and enjoy yourself. All right, but your main occupation is to prophesy the downfall of your enemy, man. And it's a blessing to have understanding throughout your daily lives. It's a blessing to understand that I'm catching this hell, all right, ultimately for my refinement, because it says in Hebrews 12 that the Most High chastens brothers that he love, but also you catching hell, and that keeps you in the spirit of haste, man. You know, you watching things about Esau, man, and the things that he's done. Your thing is you supposed to want this man's kingdom, all right, to go down, because ultimately, shalom, shalom, because ultimately there's a problem if Esau's bad news is your bad news. There's a problem if your oppressor, your enemy, his downfall is your downfall. There's a problem, man. All right. You got so-called Native Americans, Gadites, who's happy to see this man go down that's not in the truth. All right. There's a problem when the man that brought you over here on cargo slave ships, there's a problem when he's about to finally lose his rulership, that you're sad. Yeah, it's a so-called pandemic. Great. All right. It's about to be another shutdown. Great. It's about to be another shortage. Great. Not only is it great, all right, Yahweh Shema Shai has our back. All right, that's another thing too. You have to know that Yahweh Shema Shai has your back, man. All right, because we go out there all day and talk about the time of Jacob's trouble, and we could bring out the book of Job, the 5th chapter, around the 18th verse, how in famine we gonna eat, death and destruction we gonna laugh, but let you get behind on the bill and you panic. So the trust starts now. That's another thing with afflictions. The Most High backs you up in corners. All right, so you can't, because you could lose all power for yourself, and you're just gonna have to trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, does that mean you stop working and say, well, I'm just gonna trust in Yahweh Shema Shai? No, you still keep your job, but the Most High is gonna allow certain things to happen to you, so he's training you to trust him, even if it looks irrational to everybody else. Because in times to come, we're gonna be trained soldiers to trust in Yahweh Shema Shai, even when it makes us look irrational. No, we're not putting anything in our arms. No, we're not putting anything in our hands. All right? I don't know how I'm going to eat after that. I don't have a strategy as to how I'm going to eat after that. All I know is this is what the Most High said don't do, and I trust my power. I trust my power. All right, this is like the book of, I think that's 1 Kings, where Elijah called on the Most High, and he took the sacrifice. But the prophets of Baal called on Baal, and Baal didn't take the sacrifice. All right, who you call Jesus Christ, he's not going to answer, man. That's why everybody's doing everything that Esau's telling them to do. They know, a lot of our people know he ain't right. But that power won't answer, man. It's a lot. That power won't answer. All right? It's a lot. Because ultimately, our people's power is really Esau, Edom. That's why you had a power grid. All right? They get their food and their water from Esau. We do too because of captivity. But we know that he's not the actual Most High. You know? So we don't call upon Esau for help. Must be some type of pollen out here. We don't call upon Esau for help. We call upon Yahweh Shema Shai. With these current situations that we go through, all right, we're going to become trained soldiers in the time of Yahweh Shema Shai, in the time of Jacob's trouble. So like, in the time of Jacob's trouble, in the time of martial law, in the time of detention centers, in the time of mass chaos, all right, total anarchy, just total hell on earth, we're going to be trained soldiers, man. And being a trained soldier doesn't mean that we can do a whole bunch of push-ups and a whole lot of sit-ups. It's that mental fortitude or that spiritual fortitude. It's that spiritual fortitude that gives us a sound mind. Because what does it say in 1 Timothy? I think it's 1 Timothy 1:7. For the Most High have not given us a spirit of fear, but of what? But of power and of love and of a sound mind. So the afflictions that we go through, it hardens you. The Most High, he hardens his elect, all right? And he hardens you mentally or spiritually. And when he hardens you, that gives you fortitude, man. Fortitude is where you get the word fort from. It fortifies you. When you fortify something, you protect it, all right? Or you strengthen it, all right? You protect it, and you strengthen it. So afflictions have their use. Because does it not say in Sirach, I think it's 39, all things have their use? Well, affliction has its use. And one of the things that affliction does, it is strengthens your mind. All right, that's why they say it's either gonna make you or break you. So we're like the Navy SEALs in those advanced trainings, man. But those men who make the advanced trainings, those special forces trainings, all right, they're elite because they can do what a lot of men can't do. But they have a certain mindset. Man. And in the way you push a man into his masculine frame, the way you push a man into his manhood is that you just push him. You push him, and you push him to the edge. That's how you make a man a man. Hey, the Most High pushed Job to the edge, man. He pushed Job to the fucking edge. But why was that even recorded? Didn't this not say all things are written for our learning? So in every brother's actual lot, all right, the Most High tries every brother, man. And he's going to try you one way or another. And one of the ways he tries you is push you to the fucking edge, man. To the brink of insanity. Literally to the brink of insanity. Or you just broke and you don't know how your money going to come. Or you experience some type of traumatic event and you feel like somebody ripped you in half, man. Or that painful edge. But that's trying you, man. That's being tried through that fire. And if you don't crack, that's what makes you special. That's what makes you elite, man. But those things happen. And when you walk through it, you become a stronger, refined man. To the point where in the time of Jacob's trouble, we're already specially trained to just calmly deal with bullshit. Because we already know whatever happened was already written to happen. That's why it says what? Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our times, man. All right? To have the understanding that everything that happened, it was already written, man. The Most High give it and he take it away. All right? So the point is, the Most High push you in situations where the only thing you really just care about is the kingdom. And you'll be like, fuck it, man. I just want the kingdom, man. That's why it says in Revelations about the hopeful elect that they love not their lives to the death. So how can we fit that if we got a maid in the shade in Babylon? That's not to say you can't better yourself or you can't, make more money. I'm not saying that. But the Most High is putting you in a spirit of haste because it's going to hurt like hell if you had your energy centered on certain pleasures or certain things in Babylon and then a dollar collapse or you start seeing things go to shit. Inwardly, you're going to be a little disappointed. If you had $1 million Next thing you know that the dollar collapsed, you're gonna be a little disappointed. You have to admit that. I know I would be. All right. So the Most High don't want you to be disappointed when your enemy goes down. All right. You shouldn't be that much invested in your enemy. All right. But the Most High wants you to haste the days of your enemy. All right. Haste the downfall of your enemy, man. The Most High doesn't want you to feel like the Most High doesn't want to make your enemy's kingdom your kingdom. All right. The Most High has a kingdom for you. And that's beautiful, man. And that's the purpose of hell, man. If you're in this truth, you to hopefully let you cleave on to Yahweh Shema Shai, be ready to lose it all, man. But be ready to lose it all to gain it all, man. All right. That's why it says, I have not seen, nor ear have heard. Basically what the Most High has for them who love him and who wait on him. You know, roughly paraphrasing, if brothers know the scripture, you can bring it up about Bakashah. But I have not seen nor ear heard. So my eyes have seen Dubai. My eyes have looked on at least the internet and seen the 7 wonders of the world. You know, I've seen beautiful skylines, you know, from an aerial point of view. You know what I'm saying? I've seen certain things. All right, so what's going to surpass that, man? What does the Most High have in store for us? To where the prophet Isaiah said, I have not seen nor ear have heard, man. All right. The things that we're about to have is going to be unheard of, literally unheard of, man. Do you know how beautiful the Garden of Eden was? But it tells you in Ezekiel that he's going to store it to the beginning, but basically even better. All right. So everything is going to be refreshed, man, because everything in Babylon is low grade, man. See, something that I've learned, hey, the water, brother, I read that. All right, Isaiah 64:4. For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have the eye seen, O Yahweh, beside thee, what he had prepared for them, what he had prepared for him that waited for him. O power, besides thee, what he had prepared for him that waited for him. And our forefathers waited on him, and they went back to the spirit world and came back. But we are in this incarnation, and we're about to see it, man. We're finally about to see what the Most High has had prepared for us since the beginning. Adam didn't see it. All right, King David didn't see it. You know, the Most High is finally about to give us, all right, what he has been prepared for us, and now the harvest is ripe. Now we've gone through all the processes. We've gone through all the captivities. All the prophecies have been fulfilled, minus what, martial law and the implantation. We're at the door. So the Most High has a world to come prepared for us. And by world, we mean the age. An age of intercontinental travel. An age where you don't have to get up and work, man. There was this movie called In Time with Justin Timberlake, and he got a hold, and you know, there was living off the commodity of time. Time was a currency, but the elites had it set up to where the poor, they only got paid enough time to go to work the next day, just to get enough time to go to work the next day. But when he got a hold to the elites' time, when he first woke up, the first thing he realized is that he had time. He didn't have to get up and work. And so when we wake up in the kingdom, all right, the first thing that we're going to enjoy is time. See, on this side, we can't enjoy our time. The majority of the 12 tribes cannot enjoy their time. Even if they're ambitious and they're goal-oriented, guess what? They'll spend most of their time making an effort to get money. So they'll spend the better half of their years getting money or attempting to build money. But in the kingdom, we're not going to be hustlers. All right? We don't need that type of ambition, man. It is going to be there, man. All right? What's that? So, Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Let me get out the way. Hey, how y'all doing? Pretty good, pretty good. All right, what's that? Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in the spirit is better than the proud in spirit, man. This truth teaches you patience, man, because brothers, starting with the apostles, have been in this truth over 30 years. And brothers that came during the internet era, they've been in this truth now 13, 14 years, man. All right? So that takes some type of patience, man. And a lot of men have lost patience, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, I'm willing, he keeps us in this thing, man. All right? All right? He keeps us in this thing, man. But what the Most High has prepared for the hopefully elect, man, is worth the wait, man. So the things that you're denied on this side, it doesn't matter, man. Because it's short-term pleasures in this side, man. Burn Babylon, burn. It's short-term pleasures on this side, man. The things that you lust and the things that's promoted to you by way of Esau's media, or the things that your flesh is stimulated by, is short-term pleasures that usually turns into bitterness, man. All right, what happens when you overeat the food that you lust? You eventually get sick or you burn out. What happens when you make an effort to try to have sex with every woman you see? All types of madness happens, man. Because short-term gratification, which is what Babylon is all about, short-term gratification, it has long-term consequences, man. And it's low grade, man. It's like a fast food line. Yeah, fast food equals instant gratification. You get the food fast, but it's poor quality food that has long-term consequences. Same thing with women. Women who have the characteristic of quick sex or quick gratification, a lot of times they come with madness. The mind is all messed up and traumatized and confused. A lot of them have STDs, man. They be in and out the clinic like they work there, man. All right? Because, like they say, easy come, easy go, man. All right? Everything is low grade, man. Then that causes confusion, man. You know, a woman is promiscuous, but the point is, everything that America produces, it produces low grade, man. So why would you, if you really have a ruling class mentality, why do you want it here, man? Why would you live in a man's kingdom and accept a man's kingdom that he gives you easy access to low grade, all right, but make something that's high grade exclusive, all right? Everything he put his hands on, he taints it, whether it's the food, the sex, the money. But if he doesn't taint it, if he doesn't corrupt it, then he charges you sky high for it, man. A bag of apples is what, like $5? But a bag of Skittles is like $1, you see? You know? It's by way of the Spirit 44, James 1 and 4. But it says, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing, man. And in the kingdom, we're going to want nothing, meaning we're going to be lacking in nothing. All right? We're going to be lacking in nothing. Can you imagine that, man? I'm just enamored by that thought of waking up and not having to do anything. Our job is going to be administering the laws, statutes, and commandments on the planet Earth. We're going to be regulating, like that song with Nate Dogg, regulate. But if you look up the word regulate, it basically means to rule. If you look at the word regulate on the etymology, it basically means to rule. So how are we going to rule? We're going to enforce what we call the laws of Moses, the laws, statutes, and commandments on the planet Earth. All right, it's going to be a direct opposite of westernization. It's going to be easternization on the planet Earth. All right, so instead of everybody eating pork, no, everybody going to be eating lamb and chicken, all right, and beef, and of course vegetables. All right, instead of women having liberty, no, women going to have servitude. Instead of women dressing bare and being half naked everywhere they go, no, women are going to be covered up. And they're not going to look like Islamic women wearing all black, all right? Israelite women, they're going to be fly, but they're going to be modest and they're going to be fully covered, all right? The women on earth, they're going to be attractive women, but they're going to be fully covered, all right? Not wearing all black everywhere they go, all right? What else, man? Everything is going to be high grade, man. You're not going to drink out of a plastic cup, a styrofoam cup. Hey, the brother's going to drink out of gold, man. It tells you in King that King Solomon ate out of pure gold vessels. And if a fly got on the plate, they threw the plate away, man. All right? So just think about that. You're not going to have to look on the back of ingredients, all right, to see if the food is worth putting in your body, man. All right? Fresh food is a whole nother level of eating, man. You go to a restaurant that they actually serve fresh food, you'll be enjoying vegetables that you thought you didn't even like just because it's fresh, man. All right? So, I mean, that's pretty much the point, man. All right? Just wait on the kingdom, man, because, you know, you have to be reminded this is a low-grade place, man. You have to be reminded that this is not your rest. So, really, when you have afflictions and all that, that just keeps you on the edge to want to get out of here, man. But it's a good thing to want to get out of here. That's why it says the captive exile hasteneth to be loose, man. Loose from what? Loose from this new age bondage, man. Were you subject to payments? Esau wants you to work, the bankers want you to work 30 years to pay off a goddamn mortgage, man. Whatever happened to a community where everybody came together, a man and a woman got married, then they got a house built. Don't you know we supposed to have that craft as a nation? We supposed to have understanding of the earth. That's another thing. In the kingdom, we're going to have understanding of the earth, man. All right? Adam had understanding of the earth. In Wisdom of Solomon 7th chapter, the Most High gave King Solomon, which was Yahushua, understanding of the earth. And part of the elements that make us economic slaves or grid slaves is that we don't know how to utilize the earth for our survival. And secondly, we don't have unity as a nation. When I say a nation, I mean from the so-called Negroes down to the so-called Hispanics. We don't have unity as a nation to benefit ourselves from each other. So we're supposed to have men who know how to build houses. We're supposed to have a farmer's market where the fishermen in our nation sold fish, and the farmers, they brought in their food at the market. All right, we're supposed to have an Israelite, so-called Wall Street, but we're not going to have it here. That's why it was destroyed 100 years ago. All right. But one of the things that we're going to get back, all right, as a nation, is the understanding of the earth. All right. You're not supposed to only know how to work for Esau. All right. Because Esau basically has it set up to where you work for him, you get a check, and then you buy stuff on the grid at Kroger's, Walmart. But really, you're supposed to really buy stuff from a farmer's market. All right. And because the farmers, they utilize the earth. And they bring in what they harvest from the earth and they sell it. All right. You shouldn't have to go through a corporation to buy some grapes, man. All right. But that's one of the things that we're going to get back in the kingdom, man. The simplicity of basically living off the earth, because that's where all the high quality is, man. That's where you have high grade. When something is high grade, that means that in most cases, it's not tainted through Esau's processes, man. It's fresh from the planet earth, man. All right. And Esau charges you sky high on this side for something that's high grade, man. All right. Yeah, but I'm just out here at the park, man, just enjoying my little downtime, the little breath of fresh air that Most High gives us before we go back into captivity. But, you know, with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakhan Kodash. I also want to give double honors to our apostles, great millstone, who rule well, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. And with that, Abba, come Yashala, and Shalom. And also, I wanted to inform brothers, too, who do watch the Mississippi camp as a whole. You know, right now, we're going to start having our camp. Yeah, he wants you to work 7 days a week. The Most High gave us a Sabbath day, man. He wants you to work 7 days a week, man. All right? But don't you know, a brother sent me an article that said, you know, men who work year-round without taking at least 1 week off, they have a 30% increase of having a heart-related disease, man. You have a 30%, like, men can really have a heart attack from working their ass off, man. There's something called downtime, and that'll save you, man. Always being in survival mode, always working, always trying to get money, all right? That literally kills you, man. Especially if you work those physically demanding jobs where you basically imitate a robot. That's killing you, man. That's why it says in Daniel that he will wear out the saints of the Most High, man. Those bankers, they strategically pay a certain demographic, the 12 tribes, a certain amount of money to be forced to have to go to work the next day, man. But that way of living will kill you, man. All right? That way of living will kill you, man. And you shouldn't get used to that shit, man. Shalom, brother. How about Shemala Shah Brakatah? You shouldn't get used to that shit, man. That's why I say he gonna wear out the saints of the Most High, man. All right, that's why I'm thinking of a scripture in Sirach. It says that you're not supposed to be hasty with your servants, man. All right, you're not supposed to be hasty with your servants, man. All right, basically, and I looked up that word, and basically, you're not supposed to have your servants on this fucking treadmill, man. You know, Esau got you running like a chicken with his head cut off at work, and Jake does it because they be in survival mode. They scared that they hey, call her line like how about you outside? Esau, he structures that shit to where you're in survival mode, and the reason why he does that is to get the most out of your production. All right, but that way of living, that's modern day captivity, man. That's why the scripture says, be not a lion amongst your servants, man. Yeah, we in his captivity, but that's why the scripture says, be not a lion to your servants, man. What's a lion? All right, that's a tyrannical manager, all right, or tyrannical supervisor that puts fear in his workers, all right, to bring out the ultimate production. But you don't have to have a supervisor that's like a lion. The system is lionistic. That's why it's called a beast, man. The system is lionistic. All right, if you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't pay these bills, all right, you're gonna lose your house. So you can work your ass off. You're working 2-3 jobs, work your ass off to pay bills, man. That's this lion-like system putting fear in you to have to work, man. Don't you know that people generally didn't work in the wintertime? Why you think it's so cold? That's the reset button, man. That's like the earth hibernating, man. You're not supposed to have to go to work in the wintertime. All right? That's a farmer can't work in the wintertime. But that's why we had something called that's why we had something called trying to think of the word when it comes to food. Preserves, all right, something along that line to where you harvest your fruit, right? And you will sell your fruit, but then you'll can your fruit that you don't sell, and you put them in storehouses. Like my grandma did that. The old heads, man. All right, they had fruit preserves, and they like Gad, they had beef jerky. That's basically preserved meat, man. All right, and why you have that? Because when the winter comes and you get out a harvest from the earth, all right, you can no more till the land. You just eat off the reserves. You eat off the preserves, man. The food reserves, man. All right. But like, if you get a wife and y'all inherit a house from your family, or you get a carpenter to build your house, and you have a horse, what note do you have to pay? Where's a car note for a horse? You see? Esau heads it to where you're subject to payments, man. All right. Like I said, you're not supposed to have a 30-year mortgage. What happens is, if you inherit a house when you marry a woman, all right, not through Esau's system, but in our homeland, Jerusalem, you marry a woman, you inherit things from your father and your in-laws, man. And read the book of Tobit. All right, Tobit's son Tobias inherited his father-in-law's property, and he inherited his father's property. So when they died, they had the father and father-in-law's property. That's what happens when you build. So the cows reproduce, the cattle reproduce, and that's how you expand. And that's like a form of group economics, for lack of better words, man. So you shouldn't have to work 12 months out of a fucking year to maintain an apartment or a mortgage. What happens is you get a woman and you either inherit a house from your people, or you get a carpenter to build your house. The Amish do it. The Amish community build houses. That's their hustle. Is they build houses for people, but they build houses for themselves. So if you build a house and you have horses, that means that you don't have to work. You don't have to work 12 months out of a year. You see? But that's why it says the captive exile hasteneth to be loose. That's why it says in Lamentations, the 5th chapter, we have drunken our water from wine, and our wood is sold unto us. Esau sells you bottled water, bottled in plastic. That says something, because Esau wants continual income. He sells you low-grade food that purposely makes you sick, so you get on all these types of medications. All right, but that was part of the Rockefeller's hustle, is to make you dependent upon this laboratory-made pharmaceuticals. He wants continue. That's the nature of the elites. They want passive income. They want residual income. They don't want one-time payments. They want you to get this car that's designed to last 6 years, and to pay a 6-year car note. So as soon as you get done paying the car note, it's designed to break down. So you got to go back through the banking system and get a loan for another car, man. All right. But in the kingdom, are we gonna have horses, man? All right, and ultimately, hey, in Israel gonna have chariots, man. But you're not gonna have a chariot note, man. The Most High not gonna put you. He's not gonna ask for a down payment on a chariot. You gotta see if you get a co-signer to fly a chariot, man. All right, we're just gonna have it. That's another thing that we're gonna have in the kingdom. We're not going to be subject to payments unless you are other nations, and we're gonna tax your ass, man. But no, we're not gonna be subject to payments, man. That's why you shouldn't get complacent here. Going back to the lesson, just wait on the kingdom. The Most High gives you vexations to haste the damn days, man. To haste the days. But like I said, we're about to start doing our camp lessons on Friday. We're doing something new. But yeah, we're gonna actually go out this evening as a camp for brothers who watch the Mississippi camp. We're actually gonna be doing camp this evening at around 6 o'clock p.m. this evening, man, as opposed to Saturday. All right. But with that, I enjoyed you, Akim, and you sisters, you Akwakim. All right, the water for tuning in. All right, may you brothers and sisters be strengthened in the spirit and power. Your Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, may He strengthen you throughout today. All right, and just stay in the spirit to want salvation, man. All right. And with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashemi, Yahweh Shai, Bahashemi, Khan, Kudash. Also, want to give double honor to our apostles, great millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. Abba, Babal, come ya, Shalom, Shalom.